You could test. Can you folks on Zoom hear us okay?
Everybody's
I can hear you,
muted.
Bob.
Can hear it just fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Welcome all and welcome here. Who's here? It's 6 o'clock and we're going to start the meeting. Do roll call. Bob Long is here.
Mark Johansson's here.
Eric Cassidy's here.
We do approval of minutes from the last meeting, but they are not completed, so we'll hold that and
Okay.
get the tape of that meeting. Either that's why I couldn't get those meeting minutes done. So I'll see if that's, I don't know where the heck that thing got loaded up to, but it's not on a regular system. So,
Yep.
But let's do the approval of the manifest from May 14th, 2024.
I move to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Review district financials and water collection report.
Oops.
Nothing out of the ordinary on there.
No.
We've done a good job collecting water bills.
What's that?
We've done a good job collecting water bills.
Yeah, I don't have the collection report here, though. Is it?
It's not here.
Okay, fine, okay.
But if you look at
I'm just getting in, so I'm catching up.
and I'm not sure that number's 100% correct. Budget. 138,000. Yeah, I think some of that is from last year,
Oh, okay.
but we are doing good with the water collections.
Are most people still paying upfront?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's probably less than 10 that are doing the payment by the payment system. Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. That's good.
Any questions or comments on the financials?
Hey.
The private beaches, John and I are looking at that and looking to have somebody come in and redo those, regrade them, and all that kind of stuff. One, we got to make sure that we see how much it's going to cost and how much the funding. This beach over here, Mark and Eli, our maintenance assistant, went over and cut the trees down and stacked them up. Would you take it with home or?
No, we just toss it in the woods.
Yeah. But that was a nice job. Thanks for doing that, Mark. But we're really going to take a look at those and see what we can do, and see what we've got for funding again. But and in order to dig those out, we're checking with the state to see what the regulations are on that, and we're waiting to hear back from them.
You mean in terms of putting more sand in?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, dig that out before sand in. Yeah.
Oh, are there any issues with them with that tree that's sort of encumbering the ability for an emergency vehicle to get down there?
On the French Pond one?
On the front, on this one over here, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can certainly do it with a
That thing has been there for
Ever.
years, obviously. I mean, it's about
Obviously,
this
yeah.
big. And,
huge tree.
but we talked about that. He's going to have Clark come in and take a look at it and see what it would take to get down there. Because if you could take that tree down, you could get an ambulance right down in there. So
But that's a beautiful tree.
it is.
Take it down, you have to. Okay.
Maintenance update.
How about discussion to accept internet fees?
I did.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I looked it up. It was from the website. It's 2.6% plus 10 cents. Yeah, that's for like, and we could get like, if we wanted to sell things in the snack bar with one of those square swipes or whatever.
Yeah,
like these-
square, okay.
The ones that plug into the cell phone are free. If we want to upgrade to like a terminal,
Yeah,
it starts at like $60 or something to purchase one. I'm not in any rush to push on that, but it's just, it's good to know what's possible if we want to take credit cards in the basement or
Okay.
internet payments.
Does that go through EB, gov.2, gov.eb2, whatever? it
No,
is?
no.
It's a different one?
That would be different.
Okay. Would they do that?
I could look. I didn't know to look at that, to be honest.
I would take a look at that and see what,
Okay.
see if we could do it through
Set
that,
something
because
up.
that would
It'd be
be
a
a,
convenience, yeah.
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 But I don't know if they're gonna do the point of sale stuff that we're looking for, like, you know, if we want to sell merchandise
Yeah.
and snacks and stuff,
Yeah.
we would need a system like that too. But I could look for the fees and stuff for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so that's still open.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the maintenance up there.
That's all right.
Yeah, sure.
We've talked about it before, there's a potential problem with the direct line where we're maybe losing 300 gallons each time that goes on. They're working with Granite State Rural, and the direct line, for those of you who don't know, is one that goes from the pump house and it pumps directly up to the chambers. That was something that was changed back in, I think it was 2005 or 2007. And there's an indication that there's a problem there, but we can't put our finger on it. But that's something they're working with Granite State to get that straightened out, or give an explanation on it. The pump house has been pressure washed, and it looks really good. They did a nice job with that thing. And John's going to have the summer help. He's got two maintenance guys that are helping him out, doing different things, and they're going to paint the trim and stuff over on that and get that cleaned up over there. The new locator that we purchased, that was like $12,000. John has said that thing is worth.
Got people in your waiting room. I don't know if you want to look.
Thank you. Yeah, keep an eye on that phone.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
Yeah. Sorry about that, folks. Hopefully you weren't waiting too long. But the new locator, they were having a problem finding one line over on the end of White Mountain Road, and they had Harold from Woodsville Water and Light, and Chris and John were working on it. They couldn't find it, and John took this new piece of equipment out, and he found it within minutes. This thing, he's still not completely trained on it, but he's really excited about the prospects of this thing. It's going to enable him, and we've seen this work. He's going to be able to go to a curb stop, and it's going to tell you, it's going to give you the GPS locations, and those are going to all end up on our maps and stuff. So it's going to make it easy to find things for anybody that's working on the water system. So that thing is once he gets fully trained on that thing, it's going to be quite a fantastic tool, I think. Maintenance updates, the ice rink liner is out of there and folded up, and it's sitting up in back of the lodge. Pool is underway, and it's that thing is all set and ready for opening day. And John certainly had his challenges again with that this year, but it's looking great. Key card access is up and running. And John put it on here. Thank you, Mark, for your work. Mark did a lot of work with that thing, and you're going to touch on that in a little
Yes,
bit, right?
yeah.
Do you want to do it now?
I can.
ahead.
We finally got the key card system installed in the pool, along with the security lighting and security cameras. All three companies involved did a really good job on that. We have a quantity of 50 key cards right now to be distributed to the community as they're requested. Right now, I still have to get some training so I can give Katie some training on how to enter people into the system, so they can get a key card and we know who they are and we know how to get a hold of them if it's an issue. I'm supposed to get that training this week. So hopefully we can do something this weekend when we said we were going to have pool cards. But anyway, the pool is still going to be available. It's just that we may or may not have the actual physical cards available to everybody this weekend, depending on what I can get done in training between now and then. But everything does work. It's great. The video cameras are clear and crisp, and we can get very clear pictures of people coming and going from the pool. And there's nothing inside the changing rooms. It's all outside. And but we have two cameras that are now, one by the pool house pointing towards the pool and one at the gate pointing down on the gate, which will also be, security lighting will also be motion detected, activated, so that'll be good. And it will turn off after, I think, 60 seconds, whatever, if there's no movement. But we're good to go. We'll go over some of the procedures tonight. Want to do that now? We can. I proposed some rules of procedure for getting pool cards and all. We have two things. One is a sign-up sheet that's going to be done when you register for the pool key card. It's going to have to be done in person because we have to take your name, your address, and give you access to the system so you can basically log in and establish your own passwords. So it has to be done here at the office. So we're going to set up a schedule maybe every Saturday morning for the first 3 weeks or whatever, for maybe 10 to noon. I'll be here just to basically set people up with their key cards. There'll be a sign-up sheet that looks similar like this. This is times 3. Simply going to be asking, we'll assign a Honeywell key card number to each of the sign-up sheets and the date you're assigning for it, your name, your first and last name, your district home address, not where you may live elsewhere, email address, and a cell phone number, just so we can get a hold of you and so we know who owns what card. And at this point, we were anticipating giving maybe, or not giving, the key cards will be $10 a piece, because that's what they cost us. I'm going to go through this list of information right here, which I can make available later. The pool may be unavailable when chemicals are treating the water, because John will have to basically treat the water once or twice a week, regardless, depending on how many people are using it and how hot it is, and a few other things. So we'll have a sign up if the pool isn't available in the evening. But if it's sign isn't up, the pool is going to be available. Notice will be put up at the pool by 5 p.m. if there's going to be a closure that evening. Pool access will be unavailable during these times. Just so you know, also, all the commissioners and John and Katie will also have the ability to lock the gate remotely by their cell phones to make sure that it is locked up at night if the pool needs to be shocked, exactly. But we'll let you know if that has to be done. We'll have a sign up. Now, for renters, we know people that rent their houses, they ask people to be able to use the pool. Renters themselves must get an authorized key card from the rental agency or the property owner. Who's ever running their house, they're going to be responsible for getting the key pool card to their clients, and the clients have to give it back to them. If they don't give it back to them, they will be that key card will be or can be turned off, and the owner of the property will have to pay another $10 to another key card. So, but we're going to give that responsibility to the renters, property owners. So the renters will still be able to use the pool if the property owner chooses to get registered. That will be up to them. Now the cost of the key card will be $10 each because that's the replacement cost to us. Replacement of lost key cards will also cost $10. Any reported lost card number and optional items like pins will be deactivated by the district. So if a person once again loses a card, we can certainly deactivate it and make it not usable. Normal pool hours will be, as usual, noon to 5 every day. So the pool will be accessed without a key card from those period of times. I think, are we still planning to have an assistant?
11 to 5.
Or 11 to 5, I'm sorry. We're still planning to have
During the day,
somebody
yes.
okay. So we are going to still have somebody, as a pool attendant at the pool, not a lifeguard, but a pool attendant. So there'll be no key card used or required at those times. Pool gate will be locked to all access after 10 p.m. And we're trying to figure out how that's going to be managed. We do it for a couple of reasons, mostly because of neighbors. I think neighbors would want to have some peace and quiet at 10 o'clock, and not having people in the pool would be advantageous to that. The gates, of course, the cameras are also night vision capable, so they can see even if the lights aren't on, if there are people in there. But once again, we think it's more of a convenience and giving consideration to your neighbors in that area down there. If that becomes an issue, we'll change that. Security cameras and lighting have been installed to monitor adherence to these rules. be mindful that by registering for the key card with this sign-up sheet, you, the property owner, will have to be made aware of these rules and accept responsibility for the proper use of the new key card system at our pool. Misuse or skirting of these rules will result in deactivation of your key card. So if you have a key card out there and somebody's abusing it, it's your responsibility to make them disabuse it. And if you don't, we'll just turn the key card off. You can't get access. So anyway, that's kind of what my proposed rules are. I want feedback from you guys. I want feedback from you guys. And what do you think?
You did a good job setting us
Is it a
up.
good start?
See if you get any questions.
Any questions out there? Yes, Robert.
It seems well thought out and very articulate.
Well, thank you.
And I just wanted to mention that Wi-Fi calling is available.
Yeah, it is. And there is also a phone. Has John got the new phone installed yet?
He does, but it's not working.
Oh.
He was gonna talk to you about.
Okay.
He's not getting a dial tone on it, so he's gonna work with Spectrum to get
Okay.
this.
Okay, fine.
That's something that should.
Yes, there will be a new phone there. It'll be attached, I believe, down by the pool house instead of up at the gate. Wi-Fi calling will work there if you're on a smartphone, so you can do Wi-Fi calling there. And we will have
Post the,
we'll post the access. It's different than what it is down here. So we'll post that number and the access card. But anyway, that's what we plan to do. I'll try to get this revised by, I will have it revised by this Saturday when people hopefully can come in. And we'll also have this sheet revised as requests.
anybody on Zoom got any questions, comments?
Yes. Yep.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Who's this, Polly?
Somebody's before me, though.
Who's that?
Hi, it's Sybil.
Okay, Sybil.
Just one comment. I would just think that I think the basketball court closes at 9 o'clock. Just to have some consistency with the amenities in the area, I would just say 9 o'clock would be great. But as Mark stated, I'm fine with going till 10. But, I would just be concerned that if it gets pretty rowdy down there, I would say we go back to consistent rules about activities being cut off at 9. That's all.
Yeah, we'll take the first couple of weeks and watch what goes on and see if we have to do that. If we have to make changes, we'll be glad to make changes. But thank you. Who else was up? Bill?
Question as to the homeowners getting the cards. When will that be available?
I hope to have it available starting this weekend during our pool opening weekend. As I say, you may have missed my opening comments. I'm going to be getting training this week from the people that installed the gates, but they have to basically be able to give me a time that I can get a hold of them and have this training because they're also working. So they're trying to work out a time with me when we can get together remotely and do it. But I plan to have the ability to sign up key cards this weekend, and we'll let you know by Friday on the D-mail.
Yep.
On the D-mail, if it's a go for this Friday, okay, or this Saturday, okay?
That sounds good. And if you need any help in processing those cards, I'm more than willing to help you assign the cards and do all that.
I'll make note, Bill. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, anyone else?
Holly had something, right?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Mark, I just wanted to say to you and the committee, thank you for seeing this through. I truly appreciate all the work that you guys have done on this, and I am thoroughly pleased with it. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes.
Who will be building behind me, but comes up and visits me. Do these cards get given also to people who just have land or only people with a building?
People that own property here can get a card. You don't have a house. Because we're going to have a list of all the property owners available by spreadsheet at the office here, and we'll have to cross-check that, which is why you need to come in with an ID card, prove who you are. And if you own property here, you still can get a key card. And if you want to get two, you can pay $20 to get two. But two is going to be the maximum at this point. Okay? Anyone else?
One comment on the 2 cards. I thought we only had 50 cards.
We do have 50 cards, and there's 50 cards that are $10 a piece. If we have to order more, we'll have to order more.
Okay. thank you. I thought maybe that's what the system could handle. I was confused. Thank
Oh,
you.
no, system, it's unlimited, but we'll have to buy more cards.
Thank you, Mark.
You betcha.
Mark is on card, swipe card.
It is, it's actually, it's a touch, it's a magnetic card, so you touch it up to the keypad that's there. And it'll, you know, it's not a swipe though, just contact.
Like a tap.
In the event it
Yeah, nobody goes in the pool. No, well, it's one thing I want to ask.
We have a pen, right?
Yeah, the commissioners, John and Katie will have a pin, a 4-digit pin to enter on the keypad there to get in case of an instance like that. But if we do lose power, the gate will be inoperable. So hopefully we won't be locked in the pool. But once again, if there is an issue with power going out, the four of us and John and 5 of us and Katie also will be able to access the pool or see if the pool cameras are working. And if they're not working, we'll have to come down and make sure that nobody's locked in.
My understanding was there was, excuse me, there was a battery backup on.
There is a battery backup
So that if,
on there is a battery, I know there's a battery backup on the cameras.
but there should be, and I thought we talked about this.
I
Battery
gotta
backup
check
so that-
how it was all set up, because it's set up just before I left for my vacation. There may be a battery backup, battery system there, which will back up both the key card system and the lighting and camera. And we'll find out, we'll have that all known by this weekend.
So at 9 o'clock at night, what's my somebody?
It's not working is a problem with the electrical system, I guess.
I mean, if it's not working, and that's something we're gonna have to monitor as we go along and see, you know, how bulletproof the system is. We don't know.
Yeah, we haven't really used it yet. I mean, any kind of,
Talking with the guys that installed it, they said they use this, it's the first one they've installed on a pool, but they use this for buildings and stuff like that, and they said they never have any problems with it, so.
I believe John told me he did a battery backup to prevent it.
UPC may back up
Yeah,
both
UPS,
systems.
yeah.
Most systems. But Randy, I don't have an answer for you right now because I'm not really sure how. I may find that out in the training I get. Because I got a list of questions I got to ask this person about how do we monitor the pool if there isn't power? Or can we unlock the gates and let people out if the gate isn't working? Can we do it with our phones? I don't know. I got a lot of questions I got to answer still. Hopefully I have all the answers for you this weekend and following weekends. Okay, it's all new.
Yeah, I was gonna say add for the rules of procedure, since we're talking about it, maybe it'd be best to have like a sign up, like making sure that everyone's aware, because you know, we're in this room here, people on Zoom are hearing what you're saying, but there might be renters coming up this weekend or people that have not been able to get the lowdown on all of this. Just like a sign right at the gate saying, maybe like one point of contact. And so, I mean, obviously people could say, hey, what do we do? I guess we'll have to just call the office. Maybe at least while it's still in the rough going at the very beginning, have that one point of contact,
Yeah.
that phone number that somebody can call. Because, yeah, I mean, there's going to be people that are upset if they want to go use the pool. And
Yeah, during office hours, they can kind of go, but after hours, I'll leave my contact number. I mean, I'm kind of the guinea pig here anyway. So I'll leave my contact number. I don't anticipate problems, but if there are, you know,
yeah, I mean, since we're talking about rules of procedure.
if I'm local. Okay, let's put that, but thank you. Anybody else? Okay, that's all I got on that now.
Nice job with that, Mark.
Okay.
Appreciate it. All right, the office basement floor was completed. We put an epoxy floor down there, very similar to the one that we put over at the lodge, and it looks great, and it's going to make it a lot easier to keep that place clean down there. And John's maintenance guys or maintenance assistants are helping out. They're working on painting the whole downstairs. They've got most of it completed now, but it really just dresses up the place, and they've done a nice job with that down there. Bathrooms are also going to get a fresh coat of paint and new mirrors. I guess people have been complaining about those mirrors. I don't know why. But,
Which mirrors?
Yeah, then some people don't realize there are mirrors in there.
Jesus.
Um,
About the outside of the building.
the outside of this building? No, I was talking about down here, right here. They did the downstairs here, epoxy. That is something that's on the list, and we're just not sure what we're going to do with that. And that's going to be a lot of money to take care of that piece. Down at the entrance of the snack bar, if you get a chance, take a look at that when you go out. But there was a wall there that was slanted quite a bit. That was all pulled out. There was a huge boulder there sitting right in there that people used to stub their toes on. That's all taken out. And a new drainage system was put in. They dug it down about 18 inches, put about a foot of 3/4 inch stone with piping going out to the end of the beach over here. So that's going to help out. That day that we had that huge rainstorm, water was just pouring in over the door there. So that's going to help, and it looks really good, and it's a much more safer environment. And Page Excavating did that, and they did a really good job on it. Snack bar's got a new refrigerator. John got a great deal on that. One of those smash and dent, what do they call them?
Scratch and dent.
Scratch and dent.
Not so much smash and dent.
Well, John smashed it.
Oh, okay.
That's why you got the price. No, I'm kidding. Okay. You can see John's got, John and his team have the beach areas all set. The ropes are out, the canoes and kayaks and all that stuff are ready to be rented. We got,
The other dock.
what's that?
The dock.
The dock's right, yeah. We didn't know it was a 500 or a 1,000-gallon tank over behind the lodge. And that thing's been sitting there for years. We knew we had to get it out of there. So we had Page Excavation come in and dig that up and pull it out. And it ended up being a 3,000-gallon tank.
For oil? Oil?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
And the tank was in good shape. The big fear was that it was going to be leaking or something, and that could create some huge problems. But we got it before any of those problems came. So that's out of there. It's all backfilled, and they're growing grass over there now. The office and lodge septic tanks were pumped. No issues at the office. We're reviewing the system over at the lodge to make sure that that's fully functional because that's a pump system where the stuff goes out and goes into the tank, and then it's pumped over to the leaching field. And we're meeting with Boudreau next week to go through that, and he's going to open them up and just make sure that the pumps are working correctly and things like that. So. The tennis courts are ready, and John's looking at the pickleball thing up, and somebody made a suggestion that you could fit 2 pickleball things on the one court.
Yeah.
I think it'd be kind of tight, but they're looking into that and possibly doing that.
But
That's
one's
it for
already
me.
laid out. One's already laid out.
Is it laid out now?
I think so. Was when I left.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions on maintenance? Anybody from Zoom?
Bob,
Yep.
hi, it's Susan Hearn. How are you?
Good, Susan. How are you?
Good. I just had a question about the pickleball. I remember that there was a key that you had to use to access the tennis courts, and I purchased like pickleball sets for my renters to use. I know I have a family that comes up every year that was interested in using it. How
Yeah.
will they access the court if a key is needed to get in there?
Do you have a key? Have you
I
ever
do
used
not
it?
have a key. I've never had a
Okay,
key.
if you just come to the office or come to the snack bar, you can get a key, and I think it's a $5 fee for the key. And if you return it, you get your $5 back, and if, or you just keep it. and
Just keep it, yeah.
You
I
keep your
didn't know
$5.
that. I've
Yeah.
owned that house for 7 years. I had no idea that I could come get a key.
Oh, my
So,
goodness.
All right.
The things you'll learn.
Oh, I do.
So,
learn
so
things.
you've been jumping the fence for 7 years?
We've just never used it unless, like, the Keatings were there and they taught me how to play pickleball. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. We'll buy a set. But we just haven't used it because I didn't have a key. So,
Okay.
all right.
You can
thank
get a
so
key.
much.
Anyone else? That's okay?
The Water Committee update.
Okay, the Water Committee met on June 6th. Those in attendance were Mark Johansson, John Mitchell, myself, Stuart Stryber, and on Zoom were Christine Dunster, and guest was Bob Long. We called the meeting to order at 8. We approved the minutes from the April meeting as well as the May meeting. The May water totals were, the total was 811,076 was the total for the month. The average was 26,163. The high was 45,461. The low was 18,909. Woodsville Water and Light, 205,479 gallons, which represented 24.22%. The Bedrock Well, 69,440, representing 8.18%. The Infiltration Well, 573,751, representing 67.60%. Accounted for 95.57%, unaccounted for 4.43%. The Water Conservation Day is going to be July 20th. And we're going to be doing some updates on our, Bob Long is going to prepare a visual for everyone to see what we are doing with the 83,000 grant that we had received with the engineering company. That's all I have. Any questions?
Discussion in your meetings about any other topics?
Well, Bob had covered it earlier.
The only other thing, we did resubmit the thing that we put in last year and actually had a grant writer review it before we sent it in. And he actually added quite a bit to it because I think we're at 340 and he's up over 400,000. But for engineering costs and plus inflation. It's a different thing because the trust fund is, they're not giving out any grants out of the trust fund this year. So it's actually being put in as a loan thing where they give low interest loans and they typically relieve part of that loan, whether it's 20 to 40% is what they're saying, but you won't know until you're accepted on that. And even if you're accepted, you don't have to go through with it. That's something we'd have to make a decision at the time to see how much we've got cash or how much we've got to be able to borrow on that. But it's something that's in there. It's unfortunate, but I guess the money's just getting low. That all came from the hell was it? The spill thing from years ago, and they've just I think it was Exxon with the TBEs. What is it?
PVCs.
What is it?
PVCs.
PVCs. Yeah, it was such a while ago we talked about that. But so the funding is really getting low in that, and the government is not giving out funding, and I don't understand that because I know there's a ton of opera money out there, which is frustrating that they're not letting more of that go. But we were fortunate last year. We got $40,000 from the Grafton County, and that was from ARPA funding. So we'll just wait and see what we get, and do what we can when we get through it.
We talked briefly about sourcing too. We had a conversation.
Yeah, sourcing, we're looking at, we have beat to death the shallow wells. And there is a section up on, that we own, there's probably 45 acres, I think it is, so don't hold me to that. But there's a thing going through there, a vein going through there with the geological, National Geological, they've looked at this area and said, yep, there's a potential vein going through there. And access would be good in that area because it's right down from where our holding tanks are. And there is a road that goes down and through there, but we've got Novus Engineering. They're going to come out and do a walk with us over the next couple of weeks to take a look at that. And they'll give us some ideas of what it would take, but that would be a bedrock well, not a shallow well, which we've been looking at for quite some time now.
Also, just in terms of granting, the commissioners have been involved with a multi-pronged committee that's run out of the Woodsville, thank you, Woodsville Water Department, of doing a grant for the 4 districts to possibly have interconnectivity of our water systems. And you did a walkthrough this week for the source that's up in, is it Haverhill Corner?
North Haverhill.
Where there seems to be an abundance of water, but there's no way to capture it at the present time. So we're talking to a grant writer about writing a grant proposal to having some access to that water and having interconnectivity throughout the district, the entire district, and having all 4 water districts participate in that. So that's another thing we're looking at doing, which was discussed at our water committee meeting.
And at that last meeting, they said that it was, each district would put in for a $10,000 grant. Now supposedly the maximum. It's probably going to cost about, for the 4 districts to look at the interconnection, it's probably going to cost about $125,000. And Cheryl Bondi, they spoke with her, she's the head down there in that department. She said that they would probably look at getting a waiver to get us the full funding on that. Again, that just remains to be seen. We've just got to get the paperwork in, and the grant writer is working on that right now. And actually, it's Edgewater and the other company, which I wasn't familiar with, they did a study probably 20 years ago on interconnection, and so they had a lot of the legwork already done. But Abby from Edgewater, who is working with us on the asset management, so she understands our system pretty well. So that's a good thing. And
was that lady from the state at the walkthrough?
No.
Last week? Okay.
No.
I couldn't be here, I was on vacation.
Thank you, Bob. The next meeting is scheduled for July 3rd. Any other questions?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ed.
Thanks, Ed. I don't see any questions on Zoom, so. Go on to planning board update. Oh, tough getting up back there, huh?
Yes. In the last, since April, we've had 11 projects. Now we've got 6 closing out. 3 possibly coming up. So, I mean, that's pretty much the extent of it. So, anybody's more than welcome to attend, listen in, but yeah, we've got 6 closing out. Or 6, I actually closed out 6. I'm sorry to say, they've already closed out. And I've got 26 more open. So,
how many of those are homes?
let's see. 2, 6, 7, 8. Well, let's see, I've got one.
Just on the ones you closed out, I think.
No homes are closing. This is just sheds.
Okay.
Yeah, most of my closures are deck renovation, 1, 2, 3, 4 sheds, and 1 deck extension. That's pretty much, and 5 of those, actually the 6, actually opened up in between April 17th and May 15th, and now they're closing out. So they're already done with them. I've got 2 that are actually canceled their permits. So that's 2 more kind of out of the way. They kind of canceled. So that's 2 projects out of the way.
Yes.
That's it.
Are the 2 that canceled houses?
No.
No.
No. Actually, with some of the homes, it's just getting the staining done. And I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of those are actually just for waiting for staining, clear coating, painting, whatever they're left over. They had the extension due to all the rain last year, they're pretty much dry out of them. So, and then the 3 new ones coming up though, waiting for just the rest of the paperwork and stuff, are all homes. Those 3 aren't in homes.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Any questions for Courtney? All right, let's move on to the rec update. Hey, Courtney.
Long as you're standing.
As long as I'm standing. Opening day, of course, is, well, first off, let me go ahead and, the pancake breakfast was, actually wonderful. It was great that we started it earlier this year because we actually had more people come earlier, so that way they could go do their activities earlier. And if they were from out of town, they could leave earlier, whatever they decided to do. We had a total, with the staff that helped and volunteered, we had a total of 93 people, families and everything that coming in. We made in donations $675. So we had about a $420 profit. So around $200 is what we used on supplies and everything else for the pancake breakfast, which we had some, leftover pancake mix and sausages and stuff. So, but we got that good to go. I know that Nadia went ahead and ordered, ended up getting another kayak for the lake. So she's done that.
I would say 2-man, well, 2-person kayak.
Yeah, 2-person kayak.
Yeah.
Yes. We have opening day. Well, I want to say thank you everybody that helped out with the pancake breakfast, and thank you for everybody that came and had some fun and everything. Opening day, of course, is this Saturday, June 22nd. We have hot dogs and water that we're serving. Some people are also bringing desserts. So we'll be doing that from 11. I think it was asked of Mark, if he's gonna be around to do the grilling again.
I'll be around.
For him to grill the hot dogs and stuff. So all the fixings will be there and everything. More than welcome to bring other beverages, bring other snacks or desserts, whatever you like to do, whatever you want to do. We are gonna have that from, I think this is what, 11 to, got it on here.
Just to 1.
11 to 1, yes. We're serving the food and everything from 11 to 1 that day. Come July 3rd is our next, it's our ice cream social, or no, July 4th. Ice cream social from 3 until 4. We'll be down here at the beaches serving ice cream from 3 until 4 o'clock on July 4th. July 5th, we have a fishing derby, which we would love for all kids to attend. This is for kids ages, whatever. We're gonna have different age groups. Each of the age groups is gonna have categories as far as like the biggest fish, the most fish, things like that. We're gonna have somebody down at the dam that can anybody that pulls fish out and stuff can measure fish or, see the fish, things like that, write down the name and this, that, and the other, because we're gonna have prizes for the kids of each of the different age groups and stuff. Mike Bukowski is setting that up. Eric is also involved in it. I have my father-in-law who's coming to help volunteer to help out as well. Anybody that wants to come down to and volunteer their time just to help with the kids or, help kind of make sure, make sure these kids, if they caught a fish, write down what they've got and stuff, so that way they can get in on it and everything. And we're having that they originally had it from 8 to 11, but if the weather's gonna get too warm, 11, fish normally aren't biting at around 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. So best thing to do is we've changed it from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. because earlier, fish are biting earlier in the morning. So we hope that everybody comes out and has a little fun. Our next, then we, after June 2nd too, we'll start having game nights here at the district office again on Wednesday evenings.
After July 2nd.
June 22nd.
Oh, June 22nd.
Sorry.
Okay.
June 22nd, we'll start. We'll start, you know, doing some of the game nights and stuff again here down here on Wednesday evenings. They have cribbage,
Mahjong.
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 That was the other one. Was mahjong. And then July 10th is our next district or our next rec meeting here at the district office at 4 p.m. With the holiday week, we scheduled it for the second Wednesday of the month, this next month. And then Dottie has gone ahead. We have been looking into an event that we're doing in August. Archery tag, but also having like kickball or dodgeball or something along those lines. We're gonna hold everything over at the lodge. And what it is I'm gonna let Dottie inform everybody as far as if we picked out a date, because I know you reached out to everybody what date is good. So I'm gonna let her take over.
Okay, August 17th is the day for the archery tag. And what it is you have a team of 5 people. And we were considering, I think we did talk about having everybody pay $5 per team member. So because it's a cost to use this, it's a
$200.
Yeah, it's a
An hour.
portable thing.
No,
It
it's
comes-
$200 for 2 hours.
Yeah, it comes from Bradford Running Waters, I think is the name of it. And the guy is very nice, and he said he's good with us doing it like from 4 to 6 p.m. So we're not doing it in the heat of the day. We'll do it in the evening. And we could do it as tournaments or just let everybody play and have a good time. And pretty much we're just gonna say it's a game day, and it'll be the archery tag and like a kickball or some kind of.
Over on the field.
Is
Yeah,
making up a flyer for that?
Yeah.
Yes, we just had to pick a date first because
Yeah,
he was booked on a certain date that we thought about, and then
yeah.
she went and checked out for different dates.
And also on August 3rd, we had a pool party. And I've asked this gentleman who sings and plays guitar if he would come and come for a couple hours, just 2 hours. He's $100 an hour, so 2 hours. And he takes requests, and it should be, just add a lot to it.
Yeah.
So hopefully more people will come.
Obviously at the pool.
At the pool, the pool party.
Yes, the adult pool party.
Making sure. Okay.
Going with the rec, we've orientated our 8 new employees for this year, for the summer rec. So they've already come in and got established and a little bit of training, so we're ready to go with 8 new employees this year for the snack bar and the pool.
How you doing with paperwork on them?
Collecting it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think most of them have it in at this point.
I haven't got it because I've got to set them up in AGP.
Okay, they're in my box in my folder.
Which is full.
Yeah, because I've been collecting it, babe.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Any
Thank you.
other-
Can I tell you one more thing about the archery tag? We just want to have, we're not inviting all of Haverhill, but anybody that, like, if I have one person from Mountain Lakes, she could invite her friends that don't necessarily live in Mountain Lakes.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's not, you know,
Team of 5.
Yeah.
to get a team of 5.
Mhm.
It's teams of 5, huh? Wow.
Yeah, what's that?
Is this the same archery tag that's down by the vet in?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
because my family did that.
Oh, yeah, it's fun.
Yes.
They say, I've
Yes,
not done
it's-
it, but,
It's unbelievable.
yeah.
Are they all out of the hospital now?
Some didn't make it.
It's not in me.
They've done it at the school, and that's one of the people had mentioned it. She said it's a lot of fun.
Good,
It
okay.
was a lot of fun to watch. I watched.
Get it, Cory?
Any questions or anything?
Is the fishing derby, you said it's gonna be down in the dam?
Well, no, we're gonna be down here at the beaches as well. So
Oh,
it's gonna
okay.
be down here by the district office, but we will have, volunteers, would love to have some volunteers too down there, at the dam.
Yeah.
So that way if kids catch any fish down at the dam, they can write down their name, what the size of fish was, things like that. So then that way in their age category, they can be put with the other kids in that age category for prizes, things like that. So, yeah.
Just as an aside from last year's event, we tried to start the whole event down by the dam and the wind was blowing in the wrong direction. We were down there for about an hour, said, we're gonna get out of here and came up straight to the beaches here. So, okay.
Shifted.
Yeah, and then the wind shifted again, so, but whatever. I'm glad they're doing it. I'm glad Mike's involved and, I know he'll do, I gave him all the gear. I'll make sure he knows there's also water bottles still in here if he wants to put those goodie bags together for
I'm
kids.
putting the goodie bags.
Okay, fine. Robert, you had a question?
Yeah, do you have a category in fishing derby for 78-year-olds?
Yes, you cut bait.
Your a participation award.
Okay, fine, thanks a lot.
Oh, come down big, have some fun, And that's just all there is to it. So we did enjoy having it last year with the kids last year, so.
They had
that
fun.
we would do it this
They had
year,
fun.
'cause Kids did come down last year, had a really good time.
They all won a prize. It was great.
Yeah, they all did get a prize though, but yeah. So.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Courtney and team. Commissioners' action item review. I don't have one from the last meeting, but the only thing I know that I've got pending on is the, out in the water there, we've got some growth. And I've been talking with the state and there's a pellet that's made that's supposedly harmless, but then the state is kind of questioning that. So we're working back and forth with them. And I'm hoping that we can use these pellets because it just makes the stuff go away. But still working on that one.
So what's the nature of the bloom?
Yeah.
Is it a bloom or?
Yeah, the stuff right on the beach there. It's just what do they call them?
Oh,
Lily pads
Oh,
and
okay.
stuff like that, yeah.
Okay.
I wish people.
Milfoil, not
It's not milfoil.
It's not milfoil,
no,
okay.
no. I've sent
Okay.
pictures down there to have them check it and
Okay.
stuff, so. Oh, district property sales. We've got the one lot up on Lakeside that we're looking to sell. We've got an auctioneer all lined up for that. And we're waiting for the title on it, and it's taken way longer than I thought. And I've talked to the gal at the title company, and she said that where the properties in Mountain Lakes have changed hands so much from this one to the town to the, it's taken her a lot longer. She said she has 3,000 things to go through, and I just, that was the last email I got from her, so I'll be following up on that. And then we've got the other properties that are adjacent. Two other property owners, and we're working on the paperwork to get out, do the same as we did last year, offer it to abutters at 75% of the assessed value, and that's in the works. Any questions on that? Okay. Trail maintenance. You talking that, Eric?
Yeah, I think we forgot to put this last time on the agenda. But what I was just hoping to propose was like a 2-time annual meetings, meet twice a year, one day to plan with a group of volunteers and one day to take action of just clearing up any hiking trails over by the lodge or any blowdown every year, because Dave and his family, I caught them, the kids and his wife all doing it by himself one time, and I thought, we could get a few more people that, all coordinate and do this together. So that's, I don't know, how to bring a committee like that, if we just propose and do that, but.
Put something together, we'll get it out on the email, so if we can get, and pick a couple of dates, and we'll throw it out there, and.
Just to see if there's
we can get-
volunteers at what.
We'll ask.
In fact, I've talked to like 10 different people and said, I'd go out for a day and chainsaw and help out and clear out.
Yeah. Word of mouth always helps with that kind of stuff too, so.
How are the conditions of the trails? Either of you?
The hiking trails are, they're passable, like, I think 3 out of, there's like 5 total on that lower kind of section, and 3 are in good shape. The one I don't even know what the names of those trails are anymore, but there's one that's in pretty rough shape. There's a lot of blowdown. There's a lot of tall dead pines in
Big
there.
ones.
It's gonna take a lot of work. So that was kind of next on the docket, was getting down in there, and that would be cool if we could
Yeah.
organize a time where we had a handful of people down there to kind of work through it, because
A team of people could get it done, yeah.
that's a good one for some extra bodies down there. But all in all, I mean, the trails that are open are awesome. They work out great. The kids ride their bikes on them. And I've heard from quite a few people that they were happy that they got opened back up. I didn't realize
Yeah.
that people were really trying to walk them and use them. So, but yeah, I think if something was put on paper for the spring and in the fall,
Yep.
so that we could just, it was some Sunday or Saturday, whatever it should be, if there was a dedicated day, because what ends up happening is years go by and
Yeah.
it kind of,
Right.
so
But if we did it annually, yeah.
we go, yeah, if it was just on the calendar for, the third weekend in March or whatever.
You could probably do it Earth Day like we do
Yeah,
the regular
something like
cleanup.
that.
Have some people go over there.
The other thing that's come up is Joe Mitchell has,
Yeah,
on that conservation committee, and they said that they have resources to be able to put in, and they're looking to volunteer their time. They don't
Yeah.
have a huge volunteer base at this point, so they're looking to build their volunteer base. And then they'll be looking for areas to put that volunteer hours towards, so he thought that that would be a great fit.
Well, yeah, and one thing that, and I don't know how he'd look into it, but the high school kids all have, Cindy, what do they get?
Yeah, if they're
required.
going for silver cord, they need to do 100 community service volunteer hours.
Yeah.
And I think they can do a percentage of them at the, for the school, but there's a good percentage that has to be within the community.
No, cool.
And that's
That's definitely worth looking into.
yeah.
See if we can-
we can have them put that out with the student council to get it out to the kids.
Is there a map of these trails?
Yeah,
Rich.
yeah. Somewhere in one of those slots. back.
Second one down,
Second one down the right, yeah.
Because my nephew.
Might be the green one at the top.
okay,
So that
they went with you.
Even help.
Good, yeah.
No, the green one on the top right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think it needs to be updated, doesn't it?
Maybe.
No, I think that's the basic trails over
That's
there.
the hiking trail.
Yeah, the hiking trail, yeah.
Good, thank you. Yeah, so,
Good.
Uh,
Do you have anything else, Eric?
Not about the trails.
Anything else?
Well, I was just gonna talk about the beach passes because they were next.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So we got beach passes for all the, property owners that wanna, access the beaches rather than giving out paper tags every year. These are set to last for at least 5 years, so this kind of cuts down on our expense and our time to do this every year for people. We'll give out 2 per property to start. I think yes,
It's $5.
yeah, no, they're free.
Well, free, but
If you lose one
waste,
before, yeah, right. So if you want another one, yes.
Yeah.
It'd be a $5 fee. This is again for property owners. If anyone has renters or family staying in their properties and just want a short term, a temporary pass, we will do that by paper. And we will log it, if they're coming for a weekend, they get those dates. And then it's no longer.
those are the same hang tags?
Hang tags that we've always done.
They'll need their license plate number.
Right, it'll have all the information on the
When
hang
they
tag.
come to sign up to get passes on Saturday, they need to have a license plate.
Oh, for this,
those.
yes.
Yeah, do you have a sign-up sheet to?
We're gonna have a log for everyone's name and address and license and all of that.
And we were discussing where they should go on the windshield. I suggest to put them on the passenger side,
Yes,
right corner,
Upper right-hand corner.
right corner.
Yeah.
And that way it's always universal.
Yeah.
Doesn't interfere with any state stickers or oil change stickers.
right,
Okay, yes.
Will you get these on the 22nd?
yeah, you can, starting on the.
We'll start, but they'll be available any day the
Yeah,
pool or the
yeah.
beach is open,
And well,
or the cruise here.
with Susan here is now too, so she can handle it.
Oh, Susan could do it. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
she's gonna have some in the office
Okay.
to do it too, when she's here from 10 to 2.
Okay. We think it'd be just easier to have a window sticker and it's there, instead of having to get
Every year.
a hang
it's
tag.
just less work for everybody.
Okay, great, thank you. Glad they get done.
Mhm.
Anything else?
And that,
Montour Revitalization Committee update, and I can tell you that the contract has been signed with Eastern States Cup, so we're on a plan to go with this, so. But have you guys got any, Eric, from your standpoint, or Dave?
our next meeting would be the 25th of this month at 4 PM on Tuesday, June 25th.
And what was come up at the last meeting? What?
It's been a while. We didn't have anyone show at one of them, so,
That's right.
yeah. So there's not too much officially need to report. I've had a good conversation with George, in preparation, and I'm waiting to get introduced to Richard Moulton, the other property owner, for that conversation and about using the small piece of his land.
Yeah, and that conversation is going to entail that he will become a part of Almer's, or George Almer's insurance,
yes,
not ours.
Mhm.
And also, when you guys are planning on laying the field out for tents and camping, is that gonna be done with like spray paint or tape, or how are you gonna do that?
I was thinking tape, oh, man. What are posts,
Markers?
what do you call those posts?
Flags.
Yeah.
Stakes?
Yeah, stakes.
Long day. Yeah, I was thinking stakes and then some of that race tape.
Yeah.
Stuff that
Yeah.
would help.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's no rocks over there.
Easy peasy.
Anything else on,
We talked about it at the rec meeting, but I don't know if we've talked about it at the commissioners meeting, that we're gonna be, the rec committee is going to volunteer to make breakfast sandwiches and sell those, and we feel we'll.
Both Saturday and Sunday was.
Saturday and Sunday.
Was the advice from from them.
Yes.
And
They said it would be a very good idea.
baked goods was something else, I think the rec committee said they might entertain.
What's that?
Baked goods,
Oh, baked goods.
brownies or cookies or, yeah.
what these cookies?
But that's the stuff we could be creative with if we,
Yeah.
and that's all revenue back to,
Sure.
yeah.
Do you anticipate having food trucks?
Well,
I know this is all very preliminary, but
yeah, I've been reaching out. I think on Saturday I wanted to talk to the local people, no local food trucks around. On that Sunday, I didn't have to do any work. I was reached out by the Reckless people because they're so interested and they've heard about this race already and they wanted to come down for that day. So that could be a nice day.
Yeah, no, rec committee's just doing breakfast, I'm gonna sell breakfast sandwiches in the mornings on Saturday and Sunday.
okay.
I think I know you had mentioned that you were looking into a beer truck or something like that to,
Yeah, I was gonna just ask Reckless what their idea was on that and if they had any, if they had the licenses and everything like that, because I know you need,
The vendor license.
yeah, right.
So you guys are all on top of that, okay.
Yeah. I've been in emails back and forth with those people.
Are they giving you much help, this organization that's sponsoring? Are they helpful at all?
Oh, yeah.
Really good.
He picks up his phone all the time.
Super, great, okay.
Yeah,
yeah, the text messages going back and forth or.
yeah.
But yeah, we did talk about that at the last meeting on the, about the food that the rec is, because we're gonna be using the lodge upstairs to do that stuff.
Kitchen.
We'll probably set up the
kitchen will
place
be-
up there. What's that?
Just the kitchen, we're
No,
not gonna
we-
have them come upstairs to come get the food, we're gonna serve the food downstairs in the lower level.
That isn't what I recall. I thought we said we're gonna set up tables up there so they could come up in there and,
That's news to me, cause did our last rec meeting,
you gotta work out the details on that. and
Well,
have it
multiple
next-
people have proposed multiple ideas to me, including, if we open up the kitchen, let's just put some tables right there and out on the deck and people could eat up on that. So it'd be the eating level.
Yeah. That was my understanding of that.
Will the contract be viewable anywhere? or-
It is, it's online right now. If you
The contract was sent out.
It's under the links of.
I know it was sent out, I know it was agreed upon, but just for
It's,
reference.
it's on the links of our website. If you click links, you scroll down to the bottom, it says like quick access links. I put the draft budget and the contract there.
Thank you.
That was, the same contract that was put on originally, I believe. You had indicated that the lawyers had taken that, some changes.
It's been updated.
The,
And I
the updated one is there, Randy.
looked as recently as 2 days ago, and it still was still the contract as originally shown to us. Did not see any differences.
I mean, I'll take a look on my end.
My second question is, have you consulted with the health department, things like that? Have you had any chance to talk to them? Making sure we're okay with all the things we're doing?
I have talked with Laurie Aldrich, who is a town health thing, told her what we're doing, talked to her about police, and she had one of the corporals get in touch with me, and all he wanted to know is when it was, how long it was going to run for, and they asked if we were going to have people helping out with parking, and that's something that Dave and Eric have already worked on, the parking, and set that out on maps, and they're going to have volunteers to help with parking. And the police department said, you guys are fine, and if you have any issues, give us a call. So
Just to respond, I see it as the new one. I see that contract that's posted as the new one. Like when I just searched it again. So I don't know if there's like cookies or something. Yeah, because that's happened in the past with you, remember?
Vision 1, Vision 2, yeah.
But it should have what I see. And if you email me or whatever, I can send it directly to you if you want. And
what's that under?
if you go to links,
Okay, getcha.
you scroll down kind of to the left, like quick access links, quick links. It says local links. Or did you find
Those
it?
are golf.
What's that?
Those for golf, local links.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is the new one with all the
Yeah,
changes.
with the coverages and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the first one that he even put out was already after we spoke to the insurance and the attorneys. So a lot of the language would have stayed the same, but a few tweaks were made.
Yeah, and one of the big tweaks on that, just to let you know, is they had 4 million and 6 million on coverage, and it's back down to the original one. I think had that might have had that on it, but it's down to 1 million and 5 million, and that's something we checked with our attorney, and we checked with Primex, was the primary one on that, and they said they have no problem with that. That's typically what's done for these type of events, but that was the big change on that. And that's why I know that's the new one, because that was the latest that we did with that, so.
Anything else?
When is it again?
October 6th.
The whole lodge is being used, upstairs and downstairs.
Well, that's open to
That's
it's
not being used by them per se, it would be used. by
no,
us.
and we're getting confused on that,
Yeah.
because we did talk about that.
Yeah.
We said that we're gonna allow people to have food up there
Okay.
that's served by the rec department, and set the tables up outside on the deck so that they could eat up there. So that would mean we're using the lodge.
Yeah, I don't think we've talked about it in this meeting, but I think like the rec meetings and stuff, and it's been talked about.
Will that affect the church group?
We'll have to work something
Fine,
out
okay.
on that Sunday with them, and that's in the contract if we have a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can notify them.
Mike,
I'd like to get back to old business.
go ahead.
You guys seem to skip over that. So it's now been 8 months since my request for copies of the 91A. I've gotten 2 emails saying that you hope to have it within 30 days. But I'm just not so sure which 30 days you're talking about. So do you have any update on the 91A that I requested?
That's a personal request that you've got, and if you've got some issues with that, you should leave an email for the district on it, and we'll respond to that. It's something that we are working on, I'll tell you that, Mike, and we're not coming up with much, so,
Could you send me an email saying that?
you send me a request and I will.
Yeah, whatever. And my second question is, Eric, there's been no updates of any meeting minutes since, I believe, November of 2023
On the website?
on the website?
Okay. So your question would be, where are they? I guess.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. I'll work on getting those posted. We have not had an office admin for a number of months, and we've been doing our best to keep things going, but some things slip through the cracks. I know I've been uploading most of the videos and trying to post them. I know that's not minutes. And we've also, introduced an AI system to like kind of auto record and transcribe our minutes. So things should help us get the information out there faster. But I'll work towards next meeting, getting those posted.
And another thing.
And I think most of those meetings are on the website, the videos, because Eric has been posting them since.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'd still like to see minutes,
Yeah.
written minutes, meetings. And my other question is, the beach and the pool gonna open next Saturday. What's the stipulation on using the new card key system? I don't think I've heard that discussed.
You were missing
Well,
what we
you
discussed.
come in late, and we've already discussed it, so.
But we're going to be here hopefully this Saturday. If I get training this week from the people who installed the system. and
Okay,
we're-
let's
able to
move
clear it
on.
up.
We don't need to
Yep, we'll do it on
redo it
Saturday.
because he wasn't here, so. Anything else, Mike? Okay. Any new business?
Have you guys talked about how to handle Airbnb home rentals? Which is on the agenda
Yeah, we did. That's
discussed.
regarding,
earlier too?
Yes.
yeah, right. Paper tags. We were talking about that's for the summer beach passes. So we're doing temporary paper tags for those people. Yeah.
Commissioners, have any other new items that you want to discuss?
No, I'm good.
No? Anybody from Zoom have anything? Anybody from the audience have anything?
There was one chat on Zoom. I don't know if it
All right, they're gonna raise their hand if they,
it might just be something silly like Zoom talking to
Robert, go ahead.
I haven't been to these meetings for a while. This is a good one. Thank you all.
You're welcome. Good to see you here.
Right. Anybody on Zoom? Speak up. There's yeah, I don't know what that chat is. I'm not gonna worry about that. Okay.
Next
Is that your
meeting,
hand going up? Okay.
next meeting is July 9th.
Right, and I'm gonna make a motion to adjourn because we are going to go into a non-public session.
I'll move to adjourn the meeting.
All in favor?
Aye,
Aye. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all in Zoom land. We appreciate it.
7:15.
Good, efficient meeting. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Dave.
Good to see you next Tuesday.
Thank you, you're welcome. Thank you, Robert.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Hey, Linda, we're gonna be here a bit. You want to go home with Dottie or walk home or hang around? Either way. Or Bob can drive me home, or Eric can drive me home. Want to do that? You want to go? Okay. Or I can walk.
Mark can walk.
They're so helpful.
I can come back and pick you
No,
up.
that's all right. I think I'll probably have a little help here. Yeah, I know. Same fee, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, Robert. Get to ride in your new truck. Ooh, it's so exciting. All right. Isn't trashed out yet?
A little bit. Yeah. God, that's the one. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Can I get 101?
You want to go with that? Okay. Are you working the state?
101.
You working the state house?
001?
Well, it looks like it starts at 101 on
This package does.
the cooler one.
Thank you. Yeah.
We can pass out all kinds of numbers, Dave.
Yeah,
We'll see
I think
you.
that's awesome. There was stickers once upon a time.
I think it's so much better on the way. You never forget it. If you got a car, it's on the window. It's
Yeah,
there.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you get a window replaced,
Bingo.
you get another one, $5.
That's $5. Unless I can peel it off, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, take care.
So for Airbnbs, and you would know,